Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Today we are all gathered here for a World Suicide Prevention Day, a panel expert member discussion organized by Deccan Positive Mental Health uh, Association in by with the Manasa Sukhara Mind Care as well as Elopan Counseling Center and Forest Creative Arts Studio. I would like to welcome you all on behalf of that. You have prohibited your valuable time to discuss about in this day about the suicide, which is a much needed topic of an hour. Yeah, I am honored and deeply grateful to present today's esteemed panel of experts who have graciously agreed to lead a crucial discussion on suicide, particularly on this topic, like how the suicide can be prevented on different persons. I would like to welcome each and everyone, um, Sunanda ma'am, who have been organizing this session, as well as Dr. Suresh Kumar sir and Jyoti Raja ma'am and Rajendra Kapoor sir and Kirti Sudharamani ma'am and as well as Kalyani Garmila ma'am and finally Archana ma'am. I would like to welcome each and every one of you wholeheartedly for today's session. First, we would like to invite Dr. Suresh Kumar sir to give a short talk on this topic. First, before that, we have a short intro about him. Dr. Suresh Kumar Murugesan, an accomplished professor, researcher, and positive mental health practitioner from Madurai, Tamil Nadu, India. He is renowned for his expertise in psychometry and psychotherapy, has authored numerous book publications, and conducted extensive webinars in the field. Now, I would like to invite you, sir, to share a few thoughts on about World Suicide Day.
Thank you, Naveen, and I'm really honored and privileged to be part of this uh, Econ Positive Mental Health. Um, so, I would like to share my connection with Suicide Prevention Day, observance of Suicide Prevention Day. I think it is in the year 2013. Earlier, we thought that why we need to spread a suicide prevention, why it is necessary, it is a negative component. That's the idea I had. That's why I never take any kind of initiative to promote suicide prevention kind of thing. But when 2013, um, the spouse of suicide person who came and she given a orientation, then I realized that, okay, there is a need for that. There is a dire need for that. And she told me certain component. I still remember that the cues or attributes of the people who are having the urge for committing suicide. It cannot be taught anybody else. It could be shared only the people who are observed very closely. It's very useful for me. I can say she told me that we think that there is a barking dog will never bite. So that is a wording. No? Someone says that they want to commit suicide, they will not commit suicide. Actually, it is not so. And she told me that her husband told few times, "I'm going to commit a suicide," and she was fond about him, and you are not having the guts to do that. That's the word she had told to him. And one fine morning, he ordered in local shop, and he came with a poison. And she soon that to his wife. "Okay, I'm going to take this pills, sleeping pills. It is around 30 to 40." And she never believed that maybe something is threatening me like that. She believed. And on that night, he took and after taking the medicines, and he had a urge. He wanted to commit a suicide. And he went to his wife and asked, "Can you please help me? I took a medicine." And she never bothered about anything. He go and sleep. Will took in the morning. And the very next day morning, when she tried to wake him up, and he's no more. And the pain she had, I think she believed that she is the one who is the main cause for the death of her husband. And that itself bring into her a severe mental health problem, and she was in a treatment for nearly an year. And she told me that to come out from the grievance, it takes nearly 3 to 4 years from that. And she had two children. And once that I hope you all are aware about that the Sneha Suicide Prevention Center, it is very popular for that. And she became a volunteer of that center, and she visited many places, and she came to our institute, Rajiv Gandhi National Institute. And She told me that she saved nearly 162 or something. She saved these many people by attending the calls. And she told me that the people who are depressed and they feel helplessness, hopelessness, and they are the one frustrated about that society and the family members, they are the one who make a decision. What you can do for them? She told me that nothing. You are not going to give your bank account to them. You are not going to give any materialistic things to them. That empathetic ear. You just give that empathetic ear to them. And she told me that I saved 162 uh, that alarming calls received from the Sneha. And I'm happy that my husband is not having the guilty feeling right now. But that guilty feeling killed me a lot. That's the word she told in that meeting. And she given us some what you can say a pathway to address that the people who are in need for coming out from the hopelessness or frustration or burnout, whatever. She told me when you receive a call, don't say that it is very easy. Never. These are the words he told me that when somebody says that I'm not able to tolerate my pain. No, no, it is very simple. You are having. You are not supposed to do that. The pain of yours and that person is totally different. For that person, the pain what they are undergoing is really they cannot be able to tolerate. That's why they are making a call. So you have to be accept as it is, whatever it may be, even if it is illogical. You have to accept it. Yeah, oh, it's so. I'm really sorry about for that pain you're having. Can I help you? The word. How we can able to proceed further? How can I help you? And do you have any space in your family members? That is the second thing. You have to come to know from that victim who are having the sense of committing suicide. The thoughts about committing suicide, you have to ask them how many members are there, whom you will express your feeling very freely. There you will get a clue. When the person says that not having any connection with my family, then you are the person, you can listen them, you never cut the call, as much as time you can extend the call and you can able to allow them to vent out that feeling. That's enough. You can save the person. And and she told me that there are few videos and among them there is one doctor and a few IT professionals, and many of them are we can say students. And after they come out from that hardship and they come and met her and they were very happily and because of you we are living and even after now, I can say even the family members also came to her house and they were treated. And this is the information I try to share with you all. The things what she told on that day really means a lot to us. Never ever disobey the input given by anybody. You have to listen. If any person says that I'm not feeling well, I feel very painful. You have to accept. Never make a bully or tease them. Very, very important. With that point, I can stop here. I hope the learning I gained also gotten some insights to the members over here. Thank you, Nanda and Senator Rao sir and all other members over here, Sudhar and Jyotirajan, Dr. Ranjana, and everyone. Yeah, I think you all the pillar of this second positive mental health. I can see that the structure of the second positive mental health when one of the conducted me and had the idea how we can proceed. Initial days, I am the one who gave that idea, but I can say that is truly backbone for that association and make it more functioning and more active in that field. I'm really happy that being part of it. Thank you so much for that opportunity. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your lovely statistical experience you have shared. Sunatha ma'am, you can share your thought about it. Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Next, we will invite Jyoti, ma'am, an acclaimed psychologist, child and family counselor, certified NLP practitioner, life skill trainer, and education consultant, whose expertise will undoubtedly contribute valuable perspectives to our conservation. Now I'd like to invite you, ma'am, for a small talk on today's topic.
Thank you, Naveen. Thank you very much. I was expecting that I'll talk in the light towards the end of it. Anyway, as you said, World Suicide Prevention Day. Okay. So as we normally know that prevention is better than cure. If something happens, then we start working on it. Instead of that, better we whatever is possible, whatever we can do from our side. I think that is one area where we have to look after. But I feel, I think my area of concern generally is that nowadays in Kota, if you remember Rajasthan Kota, there's every time we keep these uh, suicides are more actually the students who are committing suicides, although maybe those are preparing for engineering or medicine, whatever it may be, they could not able to take that pressure. And I think it's very, I think every month you can see some of the cases which is coming out. That's one area which is alarming situation. What could be the reason? Maybe that is the area which I wanted to talk. The first and foremost thing is that maybe the parental pressure and the pressure of studies. Actually, even the child is an average child, a child is an above average at average child. Well, the expectations are from each and every child get into the IIT or a medicine. It is a mandate that I think every child should get into the top premier institution, which child may or may not be in a position to get into that, because there are so many other background. Not only it is not only intelligence, it is not only just you're good at studies. There must be something else where you cannot able to do it. The child may be very creative child where he can do wonders in other areas like arts and no other things where he can really do very well. But I think nobody has listened to them. That the first thing actually, if they wanted to convey the message to anybody, or if they wanted to share their views also, there is nobody to share, nobody to listen to them. That is one of the areas which I always feel that, because they always wait, but somebody should ask them, and somebody should talk to them. Okay, what exactly their problem? What is that? Are you okay? There's only one simple word, are you okay? Then maybe they come out with some kind of an answer, though I'm not okay, I'm not this kind of it. I'm not I'm good at studies, but maybe this area is not for me. Okay. So this area, first of all, before joining the any child into the institutions at these hostels at any premier preparing for the next level, I think parents need to be very, very careful that they should really understand the mindset of the child. At the same time, their emotional stability. First of all, each and every child may not be emotionally strong enough to handle the situation. Okay, and one more thing, if you have two children at home and one child may be very strong and he can handle everything, that second child may not be that kind of a person. So you cannot say that, okay, my elder one is good, so my younger one also will do it. Okay, so which is not really not possible. So first of all, before getting into any taking admission into any course or any kind of it, no, first of all, just talk to them. If parents cannot able to talk to the child, at least go to a professional and let them share their views. Let allow the child to speak something. It's not that you don't know anything. I think most of the times it's a decision making skills when it comes to that. So all the decision making skills are with the parents. The child is can't do anything, even though he wants to really work on something, but he is not in a position to express his ideas. So my area of concern, no, the student community who are committing suicides most of the time, which particularly it comes to Kota and even other areas also. This is one area. The second area of is actually my again concern is farmers, another area, because the farmers, even though we don't talk much about these things, because as it we always concerned about students and IT employees and other things, but I think the farmers are is another area, because they could not able to do very well and they invest a lot of money, and if they don't get the returns back, I think most of the people commit suicide. Even sometimes young farmers, it is not that old people, young farmers, they with lot of enthusiasm, lot of interest, they get into this field, but they're not able to perform. So supporting these people, I think, as a psychologist, our responsibility to support these groups and talk to them, go to maybe a small support system we can provide them, and maybe kind of an helpline or whatever, so that if they had to share something, they should able to share with us, so that we can give the, I'm not saying that we come out with a great solutions or what or maybe, but I think the timely help, there is somebody who can, whom I can talk. I think that is one more thing which is really required to do. You don't need to do anything. Just I'm there with you. Just I listen to you. Just talk to me. I listen to you. I think these words will really make the person think about before taking a decision of suicide. They really think about it and they really come forward. Maybe they themselves have the solutions. We need not to give great solutions to them, but all that we need to give is that encouragement and the courage to live. Okay. And people say that committing suicide is weakness. No, it is actually you need a lot of no courage to, because I saw some of the cases where they came to me and they saying almost like, so they wanted to commit suicide, and I don't know, finally because of parents or somebody they could come out of it, and they said, ma'am, if my mother or father or my friends, if they are not there, maybe I would have not met you actually. Because so it is a lot of guts they need it. It's not that easy. And people, we just pass a comment. So why suicide or something? What they're going through, what is that emotional trauma they're going through, that nobody can understand that. I think what we have to really empathize with them was why they are taking this step. That is most important thing. So if we can empathize them, to try to empathize them, try to support them with whatever we can do, little bit from our side, we can do it. This is about my opinion about. I think. Thank you for giving me this an opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. You have shared the present day concern about the world, like recent studies you have been exampled and gave a real life examples. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. Next, I would like to invite Kirti Sudha, ma'am, for a short talk. Before that, we have a short intro about her. She is a counseling psychologist, remedial teacher, art therapy practitioner, and storyteller. Is not only highly qualified but also deeply committed to continuous learning. Her dedication to staying up to the date with the latest developments in the field of mental health is truly commendable and should inspire us all to keep learning about growing in our respective fields. The floor is yours, ma'am. We are expecting you.
Yeah, thank you, Naveen. Um, Now, actually, sir told the golden moment when we come to know. I want to stress on the golden moment when we come to know that as a volunteer. I read a story long ago, and based on that, I developed my own story also. There was a woman who wanted to commit suicide. Then the volunteers get the call from her on the center, and they wanted to stop her. How to stop her? One person is on the call continuously. Okay, what is your problem, ma'am? She starts crying and tells that with that crying itself, I'm going to die now. After a while, you please come and pick my daughter. Where do you stay, ma'am? Now I don't tell you. After I die, you will come to know. Then you can pick my daughter and look after her, because I'm dying now. So she continued the talk, and in the meanwhile, the other volunteer who is at the center, she guided him, identified the location somehow. She put him on the task to identify her location so that he can reach. It's around in and around the center only. That is why the woman came to know about this services. So that in the meanwhile, she continued the talk. What's the problem? Can you share with me? Maybe I can help you some way. Nobody can help me. My life is such a misery. Nobody can help. Please let me know. Anyway, you are going to die. We will take care of your daughter. So please let me know what is bothering you. She extended the talk like that. She mentioned about her in-laws and father. She had delivered a girl child. That's why the man is not liking to stay with her. he wanted to go for another marriage. Like that, she continued. In the meanwhile, the the other volunteer reached her house, and she opened the door, and he consoled her, convinced her to come along with him, and both of them reached the center, and then she was counseled, and then she started her journey in a different way, as the other lady sir mentioned about. So this is like the golden moment is very important. When the psychic pain kicks in, the prefrontal cortex and the occipital area, they get blocked. So the emotional brain is only activated, highly activated, the limbic area. So to shut down those, not to shut down the emotional, when the overwhelming emotions are high, it is very difficult to think about something else. So we have to, the golden moment, we need to take that opportunity to put some seeds of thoughts in her mind. Okay, anyway, you are going to die. So what do you want others to tell about your life? If you're, who is the best friend of yours you want to talk about, to want to give a message to them, or something like if you are on the track of the railway track, you are putting your head on the track. So if you, as if, look at yourself, how beautiful you are. Are you beautiful, or you are not beautiful? Yes, I'm beautiful. Then what will happen to your body? Can you, like, making the reality, putting seed of thought in the mind, so that the thinking brain slowly activates, and or at least when they are sharing their woes, the dopamine levels come down and serotonin increases, and slowly the emotional brain activity lessens, and the thinking brain, they come to the senses. I mean, so this will we need to take the good opportunity to stop the person. At least 5 minutes you can wait for me. Let's talk about it, and then you can do whatever you want to do. I'm not denying, I'm not stopping you to whatever you want to do. But that split second or something, that thought process, if we can shift, definitely that will help save the life of the. That is why here I'm stressing the importance of gatekeepers in the sense, who are close to the person, who identifying the suicidal ideation. It is not a usually impulsivity is also there sometimes, like the thought comes in, and remote is not given, that's why I want to commit suicide. Like that, sometimes impulsivity also, based on impulsivity also, we can see suicides. But usually the suicidal ideation, it takes a long and ideation to the action, it takes a long way, and people can observe the symptoms. We need to look for the different behaviors. Is a withdrawal is there, absenteeism is there, if the college going person, or how the food is intake is there or not, socially active or not, all these things we can observe. Look, listen. If anyone is sharing something, we need to be alert what the jargons they are using, what kind of words they are using, what kind of incidents are, how they are expressing themselves. Is it a positive side or negative side? Always pessimistic, the life is hopelessness or helplessness is seen in those words. We need to look for that. And then finally, we need to refer or link. 3 L's, this is a psychological aid. I have attended a session in that. It is mentioned about the 3 L's. Look, listen, and link. Link that person to someone who can help her or help him. That's more important. That is why the gatekeepers, do's and don'ts, all those things, and we should never probe too much why they are doing, what are those things, all those things. I mean, do you have, where they are, family background, all those things. Immediately we need to inform the if the person is known to us, we need to inform the family members also, including the family members is very important. This is like it helps the person that ask the right questions. We need to background, what is the background, what is going on in your life, how do you feel about that, what troubles you the most about your thought, your situation? How are you handling that? Empathetic questions like that must be very difficult for you. Like that only we need to ask, but otherwise we should not argue with the suicidal person or promise confidentiality, offer ways to fix their problems, blame blame the person or blame yourself. Maybe I added something to your situation, like that. All those things doesn't help. Linking the person who has a suicidal ideation to a proper channel is important. And I think I am done with whatever I wanted to share about it. Because everybody cannot go to the why these gatekeepers are important, because everybody cannot go to the go and spend money. Mostly the suicides are about because of financial issues also. Academics, of course, student lives, and also mainly the people are having financial issues. That is why the gatekeepers are very important to identify the root causes, then guiding them to go to a proper person. That's. Thank you for giving me
Yeah,
the opportunity, Sunanda.
thank you, ma'am, for your neurological perspective and economical perspective of the country, which causes the suicide nowadays. Thank you for a vital way of sharing, ma'am. Now,
Thank you.
I would like to invite Dinakara Rao, sir, who has been joined in his busy schedule. A short intro about you, sir. Sir has been a secretary, former chief general and manager of State Bank of India, and now is secretary for Deccan Positive Mental Health Practitioner Association, and one of the active person and consistent person in this group who regularly joins in every meeting. Sir, we would like to invite you, sir, for a short talk on suicide. Yeah,
Thank you, Naveen. I hope my voice is clear.
yeah,
His
sir.
voice is clear. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will quote 3 cases which I have come to know. I was 10 years at the time. My father was Black Development Officer on transfers over in Masulipatam, or what they call Bandar. Neighbors were one lawyer and his wife. Lawyer's name even now I remember, because both are not there now alive, because I'm talking when I was 10 years. His name is Anand Rao, wife is Manorama, very beautiful woman. Whenever he used to go to the court or arguments or whatever it is, he used to lock the door and go. He never allowed his wife to come out. Then my mother used to talk to her. And then Manorama shared with him. This man becomes very jealous if she is going to talk to anybody. Therefore, he always locks her and takes. I don't know. I was 10 years, I was wondering how this fellow is a lawyer and he is doing like that. Then my mother said, can I ask your parents or brothers and sisters to come and take you? He said, the last 6 years I suffered. I'll give you the address. You ask them to take back me. Then at the time, no mobiles, no phone calls, nothing. My mother took the address and sent a letter to their brothers. They came when this man was in the court. They broke the doors. They took their sister away. This man came to know that my mother was responsible. He told my father and mother he's going to file a suit against for breaking the doors and etc. My father was Black Development Officer, influential man. He said, if you do like that, you will be nowhere. You yourself will be in the jail. Stop like that. Later on, I came to Manorama, lived for a long time. And of course, she's not having any children. She died. Not by suicide, just like that. This is one case. What I'm saying is, as Sudha said, when you see a person who is having this idea of committing suicide, can you activate the support system? She's talking about linking people. Whatever the support system, maybe father, mother, sisters, brothers, good friends, you try to activate them so that they can take care. Because as a counselor, you can't take care of the full responsibility. Maximum you can do is help them, give a helping hand. After that, he or she has to walk on her own or with the support of the support system. This is one case. In second case, they're pure Brahmins from Warangal. And they know another Brahmin family. they arranged marriage. They took that girl and both husband and wife are there. After 6 months, the wife came to know that this man is following Christianity. Father and mother are pure Vedic Brahmins, but this boy follows Jesus. There was big fight for 2 to 3 years. You stop the Jesus thing and become a regular husband. He said, no, I will go to church, I will follow. In course of time, when I grow up, I am going to start a church. And these 3 to 4 years, this was, both were fighting with each other so badly. We went and talked to the girl. She said, sir, I am a Vedic family girl. They have hit that factor that this man is following Jesus. Now he has to come back, otherwise I will not. We tried our best to convince this boy. He said, no, I will not leave Jesus. This girl says, I will not leave my Vishnu. And you'll be surprised. One day, this fellow, he wanted some tiffin. She said, no, I won't give. I'm doing the Vishnu Sahasranama. He, out of anger, he took his bag and threw it. Then went to he's a software engineer. Then she immediately, there in this 6th floor. She ran out and jumped in. Died. We were helpless because we were not there. We were 20 kilometers away. Then subsequently, case was there. Father and mother, they put a case against him. He was in jail for 3 years. Now he came out. Recently, I met him. I said, what are you doing? I'm following Jesus. What I'm saying is, sometimes being a counselor or being a psychologist, you may not be in a position to help much. We should know our own limitations, because as a psychologist only you can spend some time. You can counsel them, activate the support system, or refer to somebody, but you can't hold his or her hand and take a walk during his life process or life journey. It is impossible. Therefore, we have to know our limitations. Third case I'll quote. He is also 70 years gentleman, a distant cousin of mine. He came to know through some Facebook or Instagram or whatever, a girl in Ghaziabad, Delhi, who is literally crying, saying, I am having a lot of problems, please help me. I don't know. This man somehow contacted her. She got hooked to him, not in a negative way. Morally, psychologically, she started depending. This fellow went to 3 times to Ghaziabad to settle the family affairs from Hyderabad to Ghaziabad. He gave money, and his wife and children started suspecting him. Why the hell you are going to Ghaziabad, unknown girl, unknown lady? He said, no, out of compassion. But wife and children are not in a position to understand. We tried to reconcile both. He said, I'm going to give my helping hand to her lifelong. And wife and children are very happy. As a person who can do counseling, I can't go to Ghaziabad and counsel her, not to depend upon him. But I couldn't convince him, because he says, I'm talking from a passion of helping somebody. What is the problem? Why? I'm not taking all the money and giving it to her. Occasionally, I give it to her. Once in 6 months, I go and visit her. But he finally arranged to see that she's separated from her husband, and he got a job for her as a teacher. And she's doing a job. But only point is, he's worried that husband may take some cruel action against her because she's staying. Now he's trying to get her transfer from Ghaziabad to some other place. This is the third case what I'm talking about. Therefore, the only thing I would like to tell this group or people who are listening is, as a counselor, understand your limitations. We are also vulnerable. Can anybody tell me here, out of so many people, have you not got suicidal thought someday or other, even for an instant, even for 1 second? Definitely. If somebody says, in my life, I never got even for a minute suicidal thought, I will say she is a yogi or lying. Blatant liar, or she has become a samadhi state yogi. I also got it. Everything is happy, wonderful for me. Occasionally I get, then I laugh at myself. What I would like to tell my friends and all of you is, I also want you to concentrate on TA. What is TA? Naveen? Don't say traveling allowance. Anybody can tell me TA means what?
Transactional analysis.
When you try to understand the human psychology, in addition to whatever the things we are doing, I want you to read 1 or 2 books. I think most of you know, one book is known as I Am Okay, You Are Okay. Written by, tell me, written by, nobody knows. I'm going to come and kill all of you.
Forgot, sir.
Forgot.
Dr. Thomas Harris. Very basic book, years back. Second book is written by his wife, Dr. Amy Harris. That book's name is Staying Okay. I want you to read these 2 books. It will give a lot of insight into the psychic of the other personality. Therefore, what it says is try to increase the adult awareness in the other person and also activate natural child. Then there will be a balance. Therefore, my feeling is we should try for physical, mental, emotional balance. At the same time, taking care of the social contacts. Therefore, I wish you all the best as a counselor because I have to go back. I gave a word to Sunanda. I will try to come for at least 5-10 minutes. And I'm very happy to see Naveen, Jyoti, Raja, Garimella, Kalyan, Archana, Vedantam. So many posts he keeps. I said, hats off. I'm going to come and meet you. I don't know. You stay here in Boyanpalli?
Tarnaka, sir.
Taranaku. Sunanda, anyhow, we are trying to meet by September end. We will try September end or October first week. We will try to meet all of them.
Happy to meet, sir.
Kapoor, where are you? Hyderabad?
Bangalore.
Oh, it may be difficult. It is Hyderabad guys will meet. Acha, Garimalla, last question. Do you know anybody by name Harinath Garimalla from State Bank of Hyderabad?
No.
Okay. Okay. You worked under me. I wanted to know. Okay. Thank you, friends. I'll be going. All the best.
Thank you,
Sunanda,
sir,
I hope
for
I have
joining.
kept my word. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And next to do the forum, now I would like to invite Sunanda ma'am to give you expertise talk on that. He is a certified positive psychologist from Peninsula University whose extensive experience and insights will enrich our discussion. She is the founder of Manasa Suhara, a certified mindfulness master practitioner and art therapist, and known for her notable record of speeches and training programs. Would like to extend our forum to you, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for the psychological perspective of suicide prevention, ma'am. Thank you so much for your psychological perspective, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite Kalyani, ma'am, for a short note on suicide prevention. Before that, we should have to introduce her. She is the founding director of Clover Learning Center. She is a counseling psychologist and special educator who practice various therapies such as CBT, NLP, DBT, REBT, positive visualization, and mindfulness. Within 24 years of experience in education and 10 years of experience in counseling and special education, she is passionate about working with adolescents and children with special needs. She is also currently pursuing her PhD in psychology. With that short intro, I would like to hand over the session to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Naveen. Thank you so much. Actually, if you look at the statistics of suicide prevalence in India, it's very alarming. And India is reporting to be the highest, having the highest number of suicides in the world right now. And the percentage is 12.4% as per National Crime Records Bureau, NCRB. So I think it's a very serious issue which has to be, addressed by everybody. I think, as Sudha mentioned, if, most people, I mean, will will not be able to, seek professional help because of financial reasons or any other reason. Like they may not want to talk about it also, right? So it's a very sensitive issue, and I feel so. Everybody, I mean, different groups of the society can play a major role in prevention of suicides. It's not the role of only a psychologist. Or, I mean, every civilian, every person can be alert to like she said, they can all be the gatekeepers and be alert to the red flags which may show up amongst their family members and or friends or whoever is talking about it. So, and I think any small hint they get, I think they should take action so that we can prevent it. So I also would like to, I also feel that media plays a major role in preventing or in fact maybe adding to it. So it plays a dual role. So I think media has a major influence on our society, more so now with all the technology. So I feel there are so many things which media should do and should avoid doing. One is they should not focus on too much on the content, like sensationalize the event, or romanticize or normalize and like make it exaggerated or blow it out of proportion. They should not discuss too, I mean, show too much of videos and all the pictorial things and photographs and all that. They should avoid doing all that. They should not name or provide details about where it happened and what happened, because all this tends to create a lot of anxiety and a lot of agitate, this thing amongst the public. So, and it could lead to a lot of other things. There'll be repercussions because of this. So I think the media plays a major role. So they should provide, in fact, the positive thing is what they can do is they can help in bringing more awareness. So they should provide accurate information about how to seek help, what are the support groups, what are the helplines. They could do that kind of a thing. So I'm just talking because I don't want to be repetitive about what psychologists can do. Of course we can do a lot of things which all of you have spoken already. So but I thought different groups of society can also play a major role in preventing suicide. So media should educate, they should help us in educating the public with facts about suicide and suicide prevention based on accurate information. Since they have the power to get the information, they have the facilities, they have the accessibility, so they can help us in getting the accurate information and helping creating more awareness, more rather than blowing up events and talking about celebrities and like blowing out of proportion what whenever the celebrity happen does that self harm.
they usually tend to make it, and it goes on and on and on. We all know about Sushant Singh Rajput, what happened, that case went on for years and it was blown out of proportion. So these are things which I think media should avoid doing all those things. That way, it can play a major role. So they should not position suicide related content as a top story. They should not make it a big thing and unduly repeat such stories. They go on showing it again and again and making it a big thing. So, and they should not give away the names of the people, not use a lot of content which can be controlled. We don't have to really mention everything there. So basically the language they use, they shouldn't sensationalize language in the headlines, and they should not use all the photographs and pictures and make it a big thing. And they should apply caution when they're interviewing the family members or friends, because it's a very sensitive issue. As it is, the family, I'm sure, is going through a lot of trauma. So they should not put them in an uncomfortable position. They should be very sensitive to the issue. They should be very careful when they're interviewing. So I think media plays a major role. And as anybody can be affected, they have to understand that all of us are vulnerable, like Dinakar Rao sir said. Anybody can be in that situation where we might have suicidal thoughts. So whoever is dealing with this issue should be very, very sensitive to others' feelings, and so that itself is a big thing. And whenever you find somebody around you talking about it, I think we should take it very seriously, instead of just letting it be and not ignoring it or something like that. So we should look at the red flags around us. So they should be very careful in how they are reporting it. They should not repeat the same stories again and again. They should not describe the method used. Too much of description about how it was, and you don't have to be. That's not required. The language, they have to be careful. So they have to be mindful about not naming the people, and because that is not the issue, right? The issue is not who has done it. The issue is it's happening, and why is it happening is what we need to look into, rather than talking about who did and which celebrity, and that is not, I think, important so much. What is important is why is it happening, what is the root cause, and how we can prevent it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for your mediological influence on the suicidal thoughts. Thank you so much, ma'am, in your perspective. Yeah, next, I would like to invite R.K. Kapoor, sir, to share his thought. He is a counseling psychologist dedicated to guiding individuals through challenging relationship issue. He firmly believes in do your duty without expectation, and lamp of knowledge removes the darkness of ignorance. He is also a great asset of our panel. I would like to invite you for a short talk, sir.
Thank you, Naveen sir. Thank you, everyone. See, death is the ultimate truth of life. The news of natural death itself is a painful, but the unnatural death due to suicide is very, very shocking. Suicide happens when someone feels so much unbearable pain that he or she believes now there is no way to reduce the pain. His emotions get mounting high and intelligence rocks bottom. In absence of any help and hope, even not being able to vent out, they commit suicide. Suicide leaves a big question. Why? Why someone committed suicide? Suicide might be attempted due to any or many of pressure factors such as poverty, unemployment, failures, harassment, loneliness, depression, self-hatred, guilt, the silent killer, unfulfilled desires, unhappy relationships, especially unhappy marriages, dowry disputes, violence, conflicts, prolonged personal, professional, or family tensions, huge debt burden, loss of job, loss of reputation, or loss of loved one, chronic illness, etc. These all situations and emotions cause mental health issues. Whatever may the pressure factor be, leading to the extraordinary courageous act of suicide by weak mind, the result is end of some human life. Suicide is a matter of serious concern. To address this serious concern, World Health Organization has been observing every year 10th September as World Suicide Prevention Day. This day serves as powerful reminder that no one should be forced due to internal or external reasons to end the precious human life earned as a reward for his or her karmas. That is how we get the human life. Either people are ignorant or under pressure as they forget that for whatever problem to get rid of, they commit suicide. Suicide is not the solution, not at all, because the due karmic reactions are to be faced even in the next birth. Continues. My dear friends, to prevent suicide, every human being, family, society, government, public and private organizations have to take absolute care of ignorance, that is the unawareness, and pressure, that is the stress. Let us know few powerful tools to suicide prevention. The first being education. Besides knowledge of different subjects, education brings us much needed awareness of surroundings that help us taking the right decisions at the right time. Whatever the adverse situation or negative emotion be, our knowledge, intelligence, perspective, optimism, positive attitude, that is overall awareness, can certainly find a suitable way for living a fear-free life. Fear itself is one of the factors for suicide. Second tool is family and relationships. We know family and relationships are so important. If anything goes wrong beyond correction in family and relationship, means it cannot be corrected. The aggrieved person, may go to any limit. That is why happy family and happy relationships are very important tool for suicide prevention. Next comes association. Association affects a lot. Association triggers good or bad, positive or negative, right or wrong thoughts. And thoughts, though not visible, are very powerful. Thoughts may lead to suicide or thoughts may prevent suicide. And the very, very important tool for prevention is spirituality. Spirituality teaches the simple and blissful ways of living beautiful life, beautifully. Because life is beautiful and spirituality teaches us to live the beautiful life beautifully. In spiritual life, there is no element of anger, ego, comparison, competition, jealousy, hatred, and lust. No matter what is available in your life, insufficient or in abundance, you are always full of gratitude, happiness, and contentment. There is no scope of negativity in your thoughts, behavior, and action. Life is full of peace and positivity. And my dear friends, the peaceful, positive people can never think of suicide. And now, besides these tools, let us go through few tips also for suicide prevention. Besides distraction during the heated moments, the most important tip for suicide prevention is sharing feelings. Never hold feelings inside. Don't stay stressed and suffocated. Express your feelings to trusted people who are ready to listen, understand, and help, like parents, spouse, family, friends, and professionals. If you ever notice someone or even yourself feeling really choked, be careful. It is alarming. Talking to someone can be the first step to come out of the shell. Be empathetic and kind to yourself and others. Let us break the suicide prevention tips into two parts. One is helping ourselves, and the tips are: talk to a trusted person, write your feelings, do something you love, any activity. And second part is helping others, and the tips are: ask how they are doing and accompany them, listen them without judgment, very important, and if required, arrange help from a trusted person. So trusted person is very, very important. May the strong willpower and wisdom prevail in every human. Why? So that no one could feel that height of restlessness, uselessness, helplessness, hopelessness. Let people socialize, talk, listen, and support each other. Thus, we can create a community where no one feels alone. Together, we can make the suicide-free world. To restrict the entry of suicide feeling in humans, mind and heart, let us build our world a happy place full of faith and love, where conversations about mental health are not a taboo. Once mental health is taken care of, everyone can lead a no problem happy life. Suicide gone. Thank you.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir, for your beautiful tips on the suicide prevention. Thank you so much, sir. And finally, we would like to call Dr. Archana Vedantam, a advocate of VPA law jumpers and aspiring psychologist, contributing her today by bringing her knowledge and experience with a background in psychology, law, and management to our panel. Happy to have you, ma'am. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Naveen sir. Um, Main reasons for suicide are: first, top reasons to end the pain. The pain can be emotional pain or physical pain. Physical pain because of any cancer or kind of physical health element. Second main reason, to get attention or to take revenge. Third reason, it is a combination of both, to end some pain that a person has because of pressures, like Kapoor sir said, external or internal pressures, pains, emotional, physical pain, and also to take revenge with our absence. Combination of many things, to escape the pain or to seek a reaction from people. So most of the suicide attempts are to seek reaction. And other reasons, we all know common reasons: mental health disorders like depression, anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia. Most of the mental disorders people who have undergone extreme trauma, so it causes structural functional changes in their brain. Like madam said, the emotional thinking brain, prefrontal cortex, amygdala, they get difference in structural and functional aspects. So that is one reason. And other common reasons like financial problems, relationship issues, breakup, divorce, conflict with friends or family. uh, See, conflict is a small thing. By looking at it narrowly, that perception and that negative thinking uh, can cause stress to that person. And work, for a student, work or academic pressure, high expectations from family, and for result, success, burnout, and trauma, childhood trauma, and repressed trauma, substance abuse, loneliness, social isolation, lack of future outlook, and impulsivity, which is common among many of the people with mental health disorders. So these are the uh, general causes. And as CBT says, ABCDEF, activating event. Activating event directly doesn't make somebody to commit suicide or have that suicidal thoughts. Activating event accompanied with irrational stupid beliefs. When the rationality, as ma'am said, the thinking brain got blocked, then then that person is more emotional, less logical, and that can make For example, A B C D E F, A, activating event. It is like my father criticized me. It's an activating event. The event is father criticized. B, irrational belief. B for belief. uh, he must admire, he should admire, my father must love me, he should always clap for me. Those must shoulds are uh, those beliefs are irrational because they are not flexible. Life is not certain, we have to be flexible. Then A B C, consequence. When I think my father must, it gives me anger. D, A B C D, dispute, disputing the belief. When I dispute the belief, which is also called as cognitive restructuring in some methods, any rule, there is no rule that father must be like, father must always love, or father should be like this only, mother must be like this only. There is no rule. There is no rule like life should be fair. Life is uncertain. We have to be flexible and not stubborn. Why must not cognitive restructuring? Why must not he criticize? How can I take it as a feedback? What can I learn from what he from the joke he made on me, instead of taking it negatively? So A B C D, activating event, belief. C, consequence, anger. D, when I disrupt the belief that he must, that is disrupted to why he should not criticize me. When I disrupted it, then A B C D E, effective new thinking starts. I wish my father loves me. I wish he praises me, but it's okay. I can still survive well even if he doesn't. So that's flexible thinking. Then F, that gives rise to new feeling. I am disappointed but not angry, and that is okay. That is flexible way of thinking. So this is the common ABCDEF which we all know about cognitive behavior therapy. And I added, I just want, for my memory, I added G. G is gain. What all help me gain? Positive thinking, positivity, and hope in life. As madam said, hope, lack of hope also causes people to get suicide ideation. So lack of future oriented thinking. So G is gain. What all help me gain? Positivity and hope. I made two mnemonics. So one is, some really happy lives create wonderful transformations always. Some really happy lives create wonderful transformations always. Some, SOME. S is search for meaning. Somebody who thinks like life is meaningless, there is whatever I achieve, whatever I do, it is all meaningless, life has no meaning, that takes a person to depression. That negativity, when it reached its intensity, um, behavior can change, and loneliness coupled with many other things, it can lead to suicide ideation. So some, S, search for meaning. SOME, E is ear, with ear. See, how do we search meaning in life? According to Viktor Frankl, ear, EAR, experiences. Standing strong in painful experiences also gives meaning to life. This is what Viktor Frankl said. Ear, EAR. A, attitude, having positive attitude and helping people, even that gives meaning to life. Somebody achieving something because of us, somebody getting benefited because of us, society getting better because of us, even this kind of webinars that help society, it creates meaning for our life. Then ear, EAR, R, research, present, uh, present right now, the what things I am grateful for, just research and think about it, and positive memories of past. So some really are responsibility, having taking responsibility for our lives without putting it on god or somebody's, or putting it in somebody's hands, and rationalizing things, it's a defense mechanism, one of the coping mechanism. So any good coping mechanism, when we are having negative thoughts, to transform them into positive, and then uh, laughter therapy, doing things that makes us smile and laugh. Then some really happy, hope for the future, having a hope for the future. Some really happy lives, love, love, SRHL, love. Some really happy lives, creativity gives meaning to life. When we do something creatively, when we produce something unique, when we do something, when we achieve something, that gives a fulfillment and actualization, a happiness, a high, serotonin, happiness hormone. Then some really happy lives create wonderful transformations, W. Wonderful is for work. That mnemonic is for work. Being immersed in a flow state in any work, whatever we do, forgetting self in that work. So some really happy lives create wonderful transformations. Transformation, T denotes, the mnemonic T denotes having an attitude that all things are temporary in life. So not taking life extremely seriously, not getting extremely depressed or extremely happy, and using relaxation apps. So this is the mnemonic. um, some really happy lives create wonderful transformations, always. A for apps, using relaxation apps. There are many apps we have. So and so um, few points I have. Another mnemonic is, I love my abilities because you will rise. I is it possible to achieve perfection? No. Is change avoidable? No. Change is the only constant in life. We have to radically accept the truths of life, uncertainties, and uncertainties and risks are inevitable, and we have to accept it radically. Life does not offer any guarantees, so we should have it in mind. More than the problem, worrying about it creates more chaos. And am I equipped to handle when they go wrong, when things go wrong? Yes, absolutely. So I love my abilities because you will rise. Is it possible to achieve perfection? Love, L is, life does not offer any guarantees. My M is, more than the problem, worrying about it. Then I love my abilities. Am I equipped to handle things when something goes wrong? Absolutely. That's my ability. Then be cautious when facing uncertainties of life. Accepting that life is uncertain and being careful and cautious, avoiding anxiety, fear, and knowing that our success and our failure doesn't define us. And what about those hidden traumas? W, because you will raise. W, what about the hidden traumas, unresolved conflicts, repressed memories? Have activating the thinking brain, as ma'am said. Then reality remains, always remembering that reality remains unchanged regardless of my personal opinion. So having a broader view. So these are the points I made. And Sunanda ma'am, shall I give summary now itself or later? Okay, okay. Yes. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful thoughts. Yeah, compare you have all said that, yeah, beautiful thoughts, like different perspectives. Yeah, nothing to share more than this. Yeah, simple thoughts is like you you may, like, you for the world you may be one person. For one person you may be the world. So before committing the crime called suicide, you have to think who else going to play the part of your life. That we have to think, because we may face criticism, as you all said, we may face criticism, blames, or sometimes we may be motivated to commit suicide through media, or we may face economically some traumas, or economically can't able to cope up. Whatever the things we may face, suicide is not a permanent solution for the temporary problems, because after that no one is alive to fulfill our dream, desires, and whatever we have, whatever the love care we have shown, no one is have to play our part, I would like to say here. So with that, we all set a different perspective. So with that, add on to that this. So with the help of this, at least a person, after seeing this our online panel discussion, a person stop committing suicide, and he has been developed from his resilient behavior and started to cope up, means it is a success rate of us in this world day. With that, I will conclude.
Yes. See, today's discussion, I think when I received your flag, right from that moment, there was some thinking, and it was thinking and thinking. Because normally everybody is busy and people are not thinking about the important things unless and until it has got some relation. But what we have to think, this is whatever is concerning, not only always related to somebody. So these type of discussions really kindle those thoughts which will be more useful for you also and for others also. And sitting in this forum, I think it becomes a sort of duty, self-imposed duty, that we should plan more and more discussions like this, so that we can find out some ways to live the beautiful life beautifully, that I always says, because life is beautiful, and it is only our thoughts, our actions, which has made it polluted. So these things are the filtrations. I take this today's forum, that discussion, it was short of filtration, and more filtration will certainly give the best ideas and news for the society. Thank you.
Yeah, we need to pledge, as sir said, we need to take a pledge that we will be, will take, this is our intention to help people who are in need, as a forum. Thank you for bringing in, sir. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I think it is a very good idea of yours to have this panel discussion on this day, which is, I think, because it's a very crucial, very need of the hour. I think, we all of us, I think, more than as psychologists, we also should look at ourselves as normal, like, so that everybody should feel that they can do something about it. So I think that's the kind of awareness we need to bring about, that anybody can be a gatekeeper, as Sudha mentioned. So the 3 L's are very important, which is called psychological first aid. So that is something I think even a normal person can be alert. So I think whoever's listening today should understand that anybody can be empathetic, and they can play a role of a support system for people, because actually in my personal life I have seen 3 cases very close to me, actually, in who have committed suicide. So this topic is very close to my heart, and it's a very serious issue, I feel, and a sensitive one. So, and since India is topping the list, I think all the more reason, whether it's farmers, whether it is students, whatever we can do and as an individual, as a citizen, I think we should, be very alert, especially the younger generation. I think they have a great life ahead. We have to make them see the positive side, like Kapoor sir mentioned. If we can work with their challenges, I mean, help them, help them cope with their challenges, and look at everything in a positive perspective. Like, ma'am, you use a lot of mindfulness technique, which I think is helping a lot. So we all should like create more awareness about all these techniques which they can use, and tell them that nothing is a big problem. Everything has a solution, and suicide is surely not a solution. I think, and it leaves the people who are around, their family leaves them really uh, devastated. Like what I have experienced in my family. We were really devastated. So, I feel anybody and everybody can help this cause. And thank you for the opportunity.
Uh, I made summary points of everybody's speech, ma'am. So, can I share it now? Yeah. So, I just noted some 16 points. Show empathy and be a good listener. Point 2. Take preventive measures for adolescents, such as gaining a deep understanding of parental pressure and the detrimental effects of comparisons to equip yourself with the necessary knowledge and tools. Third point, act quickly when the person is in a vulnerable state, as your swift intervention can be crucial in helping them think rationally and helping them uh, pause and think and preventing future harm. Fourth point, ask the right questions and identify the root causes, as this can be a powerful tool in your hands to understand and address the underlying issues. Fifth point, activate support systems and increase awareness among public. Six, show empathy and understand without criticism. Seven, activate the thinking brain, prefrontal cortex, and help people cope, learn about coping skills and apply them. Activate the thinking brain, which involves using coping skills to manage stress and crisis situations in a balanced way. These skills can help individuals navigate through challenging times and prevent suicidal thoughts. 9. Practice mindfulness, engage in stress busting activities, participate participate more in physical activities, and engage in social activities like community service and helping other people. Celebrate every small achievement to trigger the happy hormones inside us. 11th point, media plays a significant role in influencing the society. It must be appropriately used to prevent negativity and suicide ideation. The media must provide accurate and truthful information, facts that can help people rather than create negativity and create anxiety among the people. 12th point, media must apply caution and care while impacting the people at large. 13. Be mindful of the language used in the media. Language also has greater impact on the behavior of people. Death is the ultimate truth of life, but suicide is unnatural death. Why do people choose suicide? Because of pressure factors, which can be internal or external. Pressures such as prolonged stresses, life like financial difficulties, relationship problems, academic stress can cause mental stress, internal, external. Then what are the tools to prevent suicide? Education, family and relationships, positive associations, and finally, having spirituality also helps to prevent the suicidal thoughts. Some of the tips: share feelings or express to a trusted friends or express to people. Two, be empathetic and kind to self and also others. Three, write or journal all your emotions and feelings. 4. Listen without judgment and arrange help for anyone in need. 5. Have wisdom and willpower. 6. Create a community where no one feels alone. That's it, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Archana.
No.
Yeah. Sunanda, one line on this Telugu Sitaram Sastri garu rasaru oka paata, but I don't know the exact lines, but a few lines I can share. I added my own versions in that. 4-5 lines, that's all. ఎప్పుడు ఒప్పుకోవద్దురా ఓటమి, నమ్మరా తింగే నీ హద్దని, వీడద్దు పట్టుదల వీడద్దు, పట్టుదల వీడద్దు, వీడద్దు వదలద్దు, నీ పట్టు వదలద్దు, నీ పట్టు వదలద్దు, వదలద్దు, ఎప్పుడు ఒప్పుకోవద్దురా ఓటమి, నమ్మరా ఇంగే నీ హద్దని. I mean, I don't know the whole song, but
Dehamundi pranam.
highly inspirational song.
Yes,
it is.
ma'am.
I love this song.
My favorite song. Dehamundi pranamundi netturundi sattu undi intakana sainyam unduna.
Very good. Lovely.
Sri Sri.
Hats off to Namaskaram to him. Poor old Siddharnal guy. Yeah, thank you. Bye, Sunanda.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Wonderful times, wonderful session.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.